What contributed to your fascination with Eastern philosophy? Was there a time in your adolescent years where you were already exploring these philosophies?
Well, I think from an early age, from childhood, I was always wanting to discover something else rather than just this mundane material world. I always felt uncomfortable in this world. I always felt like there must be something else to life than just eating, sleeping, maintaining the body, going to work, going to school, going to work, getting a job, getting a family, enjoying life, so to speak, and then dying. I was thinking there must be something more than this. And also, as an early childhood, could see there was so much suffering in the world. So many people were having painful lives. So much suffering was there. People were getting married, then getting divorced. Children were being born and dying at an early age. I used to think, why is all this happening? What is going on in the world? What is the answers to all this? Is there a reason for life? What is the meaning of life? I was thinking like this since an early age. So that took me in my teenage years to read a lot of books about the mysteries of the world, the occult, different philosophies. And then in my early 20s, I started to study more about yoga, meditation. I came to India in my mid-20s, and I got more and more into the Eastern philosophy side, into Hinduism, Buddhism, but many different religious paths. I was trying to gain knowledge from everything, from the Bible, from the Vedas, from the Bhagavad Gita, from Buddhism, this and that. So yeah, I had that interest for a long time before I came to the path I'm in now.
And what struck you about Hinduism specifically that you chose to follow this path?
Well, you say Hinduism, but yeah, if I can say that we don't really think of ourselves as Hindus. So we're following a path called Vaishnavism, Gaudiya Vaisnava. It's actually, we're following something called Bhakti Yoga. And Bhakti Yoga is not Hindu, it's not Christian, it's not Jewish, it's actually beyond the body, it's to the soul. And the soul is neither Hindu, it's not Christian, it's not Jewish, it's not a Muslim. The soul is transcendental to all these identities, to isms like Hinduism, Christianity, like Judaism, Muslim. So the soul, we understand, has an eternal loving relationship with God, and it's beyond this material body. It's the soul's direct relationship with God, and that's why Bhakti Yoga is one process where we can reconnect our soul with God. We can discover what is that divine loving relationship that we have with God. So that's not Hinduism. Hinduism, actually the word Hindu is not in the Vedic Scriptures. It's not a Vedic word. It's a word that was started by the Muslims, 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. There's a river in northern India, it's called the Sindhu. And at that time, the Persian, the people who lived beyond that river in the northern territories, like the Persians, Iranians, this and that, who were all Muslim at that time, they described that anyone in India, which was born below the river Sindhu, was a Hindu, because they couldn't say the word Sindhu, they said it as Hindu. So anyone born in India is called a Hindu. And Hinduism nowadays is very kind of a mishmash of different philosophies, different practices, worship of different forms of God in his form as demigods. Some worship Shiva, some worship Ganesh, some worship Brahma. They all have different goals, and it's a personal thing. So even one Hindu might have a different philosophy and a different goal from another Hindu, right? As followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as followers of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, as followers of Bhakti Yoga, we have a certain goal, and we have a certain practice. So, in other words, we don't identify as Hindus. We identify as practitioners of Bhakti Yoga or Gaudiya Vaisnavas.